So this Saturday, I am doing a 12-hour live stream for the Mermaids Foundation in the United Kingdom, which is a group that helps at-risk LGBTQ+ youth with systemic problems that they face in particular. They, help them get access to mental health care, help them get out of abusive household situations. As a result, I'm fairly busy with stream prep this week, so I decided to, do a little some fun for a change. Like, tell you that one of the most popular songs on the internet is actually kind of emotional abuse. It's not really. If you ask me, even it's kind of a banger. I like the song. I have listened to it several times unironically. But on one of those unironic listens, I was just sitting there and thinking, hang on a second, this line right here, I'm not sure if that it doesn't remind me of certain abusive situations I may or may not have witnessed over the course of my life. By the way, if you are very prone to mind worms, like you can't unsee shit, or, in this case, unhear shit, maybe skip this one? Maybe skip this video, because it could ruin a pretty great song for you. Of course, we all know the famous lyrics. We're no strangers to love, you know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. Hang on there for 1 second, maybe, slow down, even skip back a little bit. What exactly do you mean by you wouldn't get this from any other guy? Now, the incorrect among us would say, oh, clearly what he means is that, men are pigs and he is the rare exception. And even that being the most favorable interpretation is kind of fucked up, because do you seriously expect me to believe that he is the only guy who would treat me like a lady? Like, out of all the guys that exist in the world, he is the only one? Or maybe is he the only guy who would treat me like a lady? Instead of you wouldn't get this from any other guy, what I hear is you wouldn't get this from any other guy. You have to pick me. I am your only choice. Nobody else wants you. You are worthless without my affection. This reveals a very important fact about the relationship of Rick Astley here and the person that he is addressing in this song, and that is that this gaslighting emotional abuse relationship has been happening for quite some time, because that's not the line you open with. Anyone not already primed to be a victim would see this as rude and creepy. So if now we take this particular interpretation of this particular line and then, laser focus in this particular interpretation with the lens that we have just created solely for the purpose of ruining something that's pretty cool, the only conclusion that we can come to is that in this song, Rick Astley is a hardcore emotional abuser. Let's go back to the first verse. We're no strangers to love, you know the rules and so do I, suddenly becomes very much a little bit more sus. You know what's coming if you say no. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of really just drives home the totality of the emotional abuse. I want to isolate you from other sources of love and support in your life so I can have you fully to myself. That is a big abuser mindset and a big abuser tactic. Now, I just want to tell you how I'm feeling, gotta make you understand, is a very interesting one. I'm really trying to make you understand how I feel is a line that you will, in some variation, hear from pretty much all abusers whenever there is any sign of conflict. And the goal of this is very much not to make you understand something. The only point at which you will have understood it is if you uncritically accept it as the truth. Because that's the goal of this whole line. It is to substitute your emotional world, your perception of reality, with the abuser's emotional world and perception of reality. It doesn't matter if you feel the way I feel or the way I think you feel. the way that I feel and that I think you feel is the only thing that matters. Which sounds extremely fucked up. So the blow is strategically lessened by saying, look, I am just trying to tell you how I feel. I am very explicitly not attempting to manipulate you. But of course, now you might say, oh, but what about the chorus? The chorus makes your entire theory break down completely. Chorus, of course, being never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Which sounds, at first glance, or whatever the ear equivalent of a glance is, like, look, I am literally just trying to be loyal here, I will not manipulate or hurt you. But I think it actually strengthens my theory, because not only are 4 out of those 6 lines dedicated to re-emphasizing how he is gonna be there always and you have no way of escaping, but the other 2 are lies that an abuser would tell you. Never gonna make you cry is something that will be justified with it being essentially your fault. I didn't make you cry, something you did made you cry. It's not my fault, you brought this upon yourself. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you, I mean, come on. That's like saying I'm not manipulating you, I am not gaslighting you, while I am manipulating and gaslighting you. And this whole standard of I'm never gonna do anything bad, this relationship is always going to be perfect, not only is designed to find vulnerable people who think that such a thing is how an ideal relationship should go, but it'll also be used to place more blame on them when things go wrong. Now, the second verse is pretty much incontrovertible proof of my interpretation. We've known each other for so long really just strengthens the theory that I had earlier, the predictive statement that I made that he has been at this gaslighting thing for quite some time. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it, just boils down to, you know you love me, you just will never express this in any way, shape, or form. Inside, we both know what's been going on is really just the thing that drives home the total reality override. The thing that I said earlier about the emotional world of the abuser substituting your own. At this point, it does not matter what you feel, you have no power in this relationship because what you feel is what I, the abuser, think you feel. We know the game and we're gonna play it is the ultimate power move though. Essentially what it does is take away your ability to effectively resist. Because even if you then do manage to say, no, actually, I do not like you, I am not into you, I do not want to have you in a relationship in my life, I, the abuser, get to go, oh no, you just, that's not true, that's not how you actually feel. You're just telling me this because you want me to chase you more. Which will then result in even heavier gaslighting and emotional abuse, the fault of which lies with the victim for defending itself. Even when you explicitly air your protest, you do not have power in this relationship. This point is further driven home by the line, and if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. Not only does this establish that he has no need to show any sort of love or affection for you, but it also establishes that if you assume that the reason he doesn't do this is because he doesn't love you, that makes you a piece of shit. This is an advanced abuse tactic wherein not only is the victim of abuse castigated for attempting to assert their own reality over the reality that the abuser has manufactured, but they are also encouraged to actively strengthen the false beliefs of the abusive relationship. The next chorus happens twice, which obviously stands for the repeated cycles of abuse and gaslighting that cement this kind of abusive relationship, and the next verse is pretty much the same. It is lines repeated from earlier verses, which just comes to illustrate how difficult it is to get out of one of these relationships because of how self-reinforcing they are. They are grinding wheels, unstoppable, and they go on and on and on and on. The most telling bit, however, I think, is the final pre-chorus, which makes the explicit choice to once again repeat the lines, "I'm just trying to tell you how I'm feeling, gotta make you understand." This is the very deliberate choice to reiterate the point that actually all of this is completely normal and innocuous. This is what love feels like. It's not weird. It was never weird. You're the one who's making it weird by questioning the emotional reality I have constructed for both of us. Do you not want this to work out? Do you think I'm being creepy? Because you're really the one that's ruining this relationship. Never gonna make you cry my ass. All in all, I have proven that Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley is a song that encourages emotional abuse, and if you disagree with this, I will brand you an apologist for emotional abuse on Twitter, and then my latte-sipping queens will make sure you get fired from your landscaping job. Abuser. Seriously though, this is a great example as to like how if you have a foregone conclusion of what something means, you can like interpret anything into any set of lyrics or poetry or books, films, any kind of art form, or things that people said even. It doesn't really matter whether it's true or, you know, bollocks. But this is a very important point. If you recognize any of the things, any of the tactics that I have described about the song here in this video, in a relationship that you are witness to or that maybe you are in real life, you maybe should possibly consider if that relationship is actually good. Thank you very much for watching my video. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to your relevant communities, but do not spam them. Consider supporting me on Patreon or Subscribestar, buying some of my merchandise or my short story collection. Actually having the piranha as, this is my grandfather's piranha that he got in Venezuela in the 70s, and I inherited it from him. But that would be cool merchandise. In that spirit, I don't know what the fuck is going on, because I recorded like half this video without the mic in my hand, and then I didn't notice it until I got to like the chorus analysis part, so maybe I'm going crazy. And see you around, cunts.